In the previous video, we have discussed about the various physiochemical parameters and their relation to the biological activity. We have discussed various parameters that included the K, A value, ionization, hydrophobic bond, chelation, isomerism. Now, in this video, we will discuss about the drug metabolism. So, let us first discuss what happens once a drug is ingested. Now, we are assuming that the most common route, since is a oral route, so the drug is administered as an oral formulation. And let us see what happens after a drug is ingested. The first thing is the process is absorption. So, a drug gets into the bloodstream from the site of its administration. Okay. Now, if it is an oral formulation, then first step, if it is solid dosage form, then the first step is disintegration of that form, then dissolution, and then it is absorption. Now, absorption means the drug gets into the bloodstream from the site of its administration. So, if you have taken a drug by oral route, now the absorption process means from the GI tract it moves to the bloodstream. Okay. This process is called as absorption of a drug. The second process is distribution of a drug. Now this means that once in the bloodstream, the drug gets distributed to the whole of body, and then it gets to the site of its action. Here you will study in biopharm the importance of distribution and volume of distribution of a drug. Then the next step is metabolism of a drug. Now this metabolism means the drug is changed chemically, it is transformed, it is changed. The purpose of doing so is that it can be excreted out of the human body. And the last step is elimination, that means the drugs leaves the body. So this is also called as ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination. So this is just an overview. You will study in very much detail about these processes when you will study in the biopharm classes, but just to give you an idea before starting into the details of drug metabolism. So these are the process: absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination. And now let us proceed with metabolism. Drug metabolism. Now we have already discussed what is drug metabolism. Drug metabolism means a drug is chemically biotransformed. Okay, a drug is chemically biotransformed. There are certain chemical modifications of the chemical structure of a drug happens. So this is called as metabolism of a drug or biotransformation of a drug. Now this metabolism, it plays a key role, or it has an important role in the elimination of drugs and other foreign compounds, and that are known as xenobiotics. So drugs are also not indigenous to the body. Likewise, other than drugs, some other foreign compounds, all these are categorized as xenobiotics, and the metabolism of a drug has the purpose to remove the xenobiotics, whether it be a drug or something else, from the body. And hence it is also called as detoxification process. Okay, so metabolism is also called as detoxification process. So this is metabolism. A metabolism means certain chemical reactions happens with the drug. The purpose is to eliminate the drug, and hence this process is also called as detoxification process. Now let us see what is the effect of nature of drug on its elimination process. Now, as we are aware, the biological activity of a drug is a function of its chemical structure. Okay, the biological activity of a drug is a function of its chemical structure, and likewise the elimination process of a drug, it is also dependent upon the chemical structure. Now suppose the drug is lipophilic in nature. then this lipophilic nature, it allows the passage of drug through the biological membranes and hence improve the access to the site of action. But on the other hand, it also hinders excretion of a drug. Okay, we will discuss how it hinders excretion of a drug, but for the time being, you just think that the lipophilic nature of a drug, it allows passage through the biological membranes. Now, as we have discussed, that the drug has to travel from the site of its administration to the site of its action. Okay, the drug has to travel from the site of its administration to the site of its action. Now, in the process of moving from the site of administration to the site of its action, it has to pass through various biological membranes. Now, you know the biological membranes are lipoidal in nature, and hence the ability of a drug to cross the biological membranes depend upon its lipophilicity. So, the passage of a drug through biological membranes, it is favored by the lipophilic nature, but lipophilic nature also hinders the excretion of a drug. Now, how it does so? The major pathway of excretion of a drug or elimination of a drug is the renal excretion, means excretion through renal route. Now, you know the constitution of urine. Now, urine is an majority of the part of the urine is water. So, if something has to be removed along with the water, it has to be soluble in water. Okay, so this is the basic principle, that for renal excretion the drug has to be in a water soluble form. Okay, however, we can see that the drugs are because the drugs are organic compounds, and most of these are having good lipophilic nature. So this is the effect of nature of drug on its elimination process. Now let us discuss in brief about the renal excretion. Now, renal excretion of unchanged drug, it plays a small role in elimination of a drug. Okay, so this is very important, that the renal excretion of unchanged drug means the original drug molecule as such, no chemical transformation. It plays a very small role in the elimination of a drug, because in kidneys what happens, because these drugs are lipophilic compounds, so these are basically largely reabsorbed back into the systemic circulation along the pass when they pass through the renal tubules. Okay, in the kidneys the lipophilic compounds are largely reabsorbed back into systemic circulation during passage through the renal tubule. So what is the remedy for that? How the body modifies that? So the drug needs to be converted to a water soluble form so as to allow its renal excretion. Okay, so this has to be done, that if a drug has to be removed from the body through renal route, it has to be biotransformed, or it has to be chemically transformed into such a metabolite or into such a chemical structure or into such a conjugate that it becomes water soluble, and then it is removed through the renal excretion. So this is why the metabolic reactions happen. The purpose of metabolic reaction is to eliminate the drug from the body or to eliminate the xenobiotic from the body. Now, most of the drugs are lipophilic, so they are not as such removed from the body through renal excretion. So the body does chemical transformation to that drug molecule and hence increase the water solubility of a drug, and thus allows the renal excretion in most of the cases. We will see in some cases there are certain exceptions, but in most of the cases this is the pathway. Now, so we also know that why is metabolism required? The metabolism of a drug and other xenobiotics into more hydrophilic compounds or into more hydrophilic metabolites is essential for the elimination of these compounds from the body and termination of their biological activity. Okay, so this is very important. This is the purpose of metabolism, that it has to it is essential for the elimination of these compounds from the body and termination of their biological activity. So you can imagine the scenario, if there is no metabolism of a drug, then what will happen otherwise. Okay, So let us now proceed with the general features of metabolism. Now, general features of metabolism are: number one, that it generates usually more polar water soluble metabolites. In most of the times, the metabolites are inactive and that are readily excreted from the body. In some cases, however, the metabolites that are formed from a drug may still have potent biological activity, or they may even have certain toxic properties. Okay, so basically the purpose of the body is to chemically transform that drug molecule into such a form that it is removed from the body. Okay, so the body does certain chemical modifications. Sometimes the chemical modifications on the original drug may result into a metabolite that is having a potent biological activity. Okay, and it can also have a toxic properties. Okay, so metabolites may still have potent biological activity or may have toxic properties. Now let us discuss about what are the sites of drug metabolism. Now, liver is the major site of drug metabolism. Now you know the liver is the largest organ of the body and it is responsible for the metabolism of the drug. Hepatic sites and the extrahepatic site in the liver and outside the liver. So within the liver we have hepatic microsomal enzymes and hepatic non-microsomal enzymes. In addition to liver, almost all tissue has got certain drug metabolic activity. However, brain, lungs, intestine and skin are the other major sites at which the drug metabolism happens. In addition to these, brain, lungs, intestine and skin, drug metabolism also happens in almost all of the tissues. Okay, so this are the sites of drug metabolism. We have discussed so far what is the meaning of drug metabolism, why it is required, what are the general features of drug metabolic reactions, what is the renal excretion, and what is the effect of nature of a drug on its elimination process. Now we will discuss about the nature of drug metabolic reactions. Now these metabolic reactions, they are enzymatic in nature. Number one, these are carried out by certain enzymes. Now these enzyme systems are located mostly in the liver. However, as we have discussed in the previous slide, that almost every tissue has got some metabolic activity, and some other organs or some tissues that with specific or significant metabolic capacity are the GI tract, kidneys and lungs. Okay, so this was the general features of drug metabolic reactions, that they are enzymatic in nature. They happen in liver. However, they can happen also in the other parts of the body. Most common is the major portion happens in the liver. Now in the hepatic cells or in the liver cell, where do these reactions occur? So these reactions inside the cell, they happen in the endoplasmic reticulum and the cytosol. Now we will discuss about, there are two types of metabolic reactions, phase 1 and phase 2 reactions. We will study in the upcoming videos about the phase 1 and phase 2 reactions in detail. However, the phase 1 reactions or the phase 1 oxidative enzymes are localized in the exclusively localized in the endoplasmic reticulum, and phase 2 enzymes or conjugation reaction enzymes are located predominantly in the cytosol. Okay, so this was all about in this video. We will discuss about the pathways of drug metabolism and then discuss each of the pathway in detail in the upcoming videos.